All right, what's up? It's Wednesday, April 27th, and I'm very excited to be talking about an event coming up in Puerto Rico. As a lot of you know, I live in Puerto Rico. I moved here with my wife and three kids more than 3 years ago with an intention of bringing cryptocurrency and blockchain and new governance systems and transparency and all the wonderful things to the island, to the amazing people here. And I've learned in those years that really what matters is not anything that I can come up with. What matters is what the local people here in Puerto Rico who spent their whole lives here want. And so very, very encouraged at what you guys are doing. There's locals who spent their lives in Puerto Rico, understand the culture, understand the people, and want to create their own events. And I'm just super privileged to be invited to participate in some small way. And so we had kind of just a catch-up call to talk about what's going on. And I figured, hey, let's record it and have fun with it. So I'm going to go ahead and again introduce myself. My name is Stokes. I've been in crypto for over 10 years. I'm currently the managing director for the Foundation for Interwallet Operability, trying to make cryptocurrency easier to use for everybody. And at the same time, just super passionate about governance systems, cryptocurrency, all these kind of things. I had a company for 10 years, e-commerce shopping cart company that I did called Foxy Cart. So I have a technology background and things of that nature. I do live in Caguas. I have not been learning Spanish as much as I intend to, because I've been sitting in front of my computer talking to other English speakers in the crypto space for far too long. So I'm intending to do that. My wife has been phenomenal. She's learned Spanish very well the last 3 years. And she's kind of become my translator now. My kids do karate and gymnastics, things like that here locally. And we live in Caguas because we wanted to, again, connect with the local community, not so much be in like an expat area. We want our kids to learn Spanish. We want them to be engaged. And so, again, really honored and privileged to be able to talk with you guys about what you have coming up. I want to learn all about the event. I want to get the right URLs that I can share with my friends. Just at Crypto Mondays this week, I was telling people about a conference. We got to just speak briefly, and you were showing me some great stuff. And they're just like, well, how do I find out more? How do I sponsor? They're looking for, should I get a booth? All these kind of things. So I'm very excited about this is coming up. So why don't you guys go ahead and introduce yourselves, and then let let us talk about what's going on, what you got going on.
I mean, first of all, Luke, I want to thank you, for this conversation. We've been looking forward to have it and talk about what we are doing in Puerto Rico. My name is Jesus Velez. I'm the CEO and owner of Enduran LLC. I own different companies in Puerto Rico, call centers, servicing businesses to the government, statewide and at the federal level. And we also do marketing in Puerto Rico with different agencies. So we started working with Tito, who got me introduced to the crypto world. I actually grasp what was all about the crypto experience, right? And because I come from a more traditional type of businesses, so I got introduced by Tito to the crypto world, to the blockchain and all that. And I became very interested to learn about it, maybe see some of the applications that we could develop for businesses with blockchain, and then also how we could invest in crypto and talking to the communities, at the community level on how to invest in crypto, how to learn about crypto. But there was a thing, there was a language barrier, right? And on cryptocurrency and on all the investment that you could do, or the movement that are going on. So we thought that it would be great to maybe do an event to show people how to invest, to show people what's crypto all about, and show them the applications that you could develop on Web3 and on blockchain. So and that's how a new market experience came about. And we are very eager. We're looking forward to the event, looking forward to have some speakers to talk about what's going on, and to our people and to the communities in Puerto Rico at a mainstream level, right? And so that's what it's all about. But that's just about me. I want to, let Tito present himself.
I've been in crypto like 10 years ago. My first contract that I did was in Bitcoin. I bought like 15 to 57 Bitcoin. Like went a lot. So the FUD occurred, and in 2011 I just sell it out. And I feel like, oh my God, what did I did? So I learned about this. I've been, I'm a crypto. For me, I'm look like a guru. So I learned more about crypto, NFT. Now that is the new economy. So I feel like, I've been working with Jesus. He was my boss when he's my boss right now, but he was my boss when I worked in the government with the communities. As I told you, we work with the low income communities in Puerto Rico. We are very connected to the communities, and I learned a lot with him. He's like I mean, he's like a father, like me, because I lost my father. He's like a father for me.
Oh,
So, so he's my partner, but it's my boss, and we want to complement everything about this event. So it's an honor, as I told you, it's an honor to have you here to put you on board in this event. So that's what it is. Make networking and talk about the future. That's me.
That's awesome. I'm super excited again to participate. So let's talk a little bit more about the event. So I understand it's going to be in August. Is that correct?
yes, August 19th to the 21st. It's going to be on the biggest venue in Puerto Rico, is the Convention Center of Puerto Rico. We have the two main exhibit halls for it, and we also wanted to show the people that we could do great things in Puerto Rico. We could,
I love it.
We can compete, right? And
I love it. No, it's amazing. So when you say the convention center, I mean, do you have an estimate for how many people you think you're going to bring to this event?
Yes, we are about 12,000 people, from 12,000 to 18,000 people.
Amazing. I love that. I feel like this is going to kind of come out of nowhere in a sense. You have all these people that, I've been here 3 years, others that have been here longer, and there's different events that have happened, PR Blockchain Week, I'm sure you're familiar with, and, different kind of smaller conferences here and there. And there have been times where we kind of sell out the hotels and we feel proud, like, hey, look, we're doing our part to kind of help Puerto Rico. But really, it's mostly just our own community, right? Our own community, the crypto community, kind of goes from event to event. They're like, oh, we're in Miami this week, we're in LA this week, we're in London this week, or we're going to Dubai. Oh, now we're going to Puerto Rico. And it's kind of the, similar speakers, similar community, similar crowd. They all kind of look like me, right? And so I'm really excited that you guys are developing something that I think will be more accessible to the people that are interested and curious, and involved in government, involved in academia, involved in, as you mentioned, the low-income communities that really need this opportunity more than anyone. It's the real reason I got into crypto and blockchain to begin with. And I think that you're really the only one that can do this. I got interviewed earlier this week for a radio show publication. They were interviewing people that have, and Annie Mustafa was wonderful enough to set up that interview. They were interviewing people that moved to Puerto Rico, kind of talking about, like, why'd you move here and what's it about? And as the conversation went on and different questions were raised, one of the things that they asked was, like, what's your future for the crypto community in Puerto Rico? And I realized during that conversation that my intentions are not as relevant. What's really relevant is the local community here that has spent their life here. Many of them are leaving the island to go find work.
Yes.
It's up to them. They have this incredible opportunity to learn about this. And if they do, they have the opportunity to serve anyone, anywhere in the world, and not have to leave this beautiful island, this paradise, to look for work. So without events like this, without you guys kind of stepping up to say, hey, we are the local community, we're going to make this accessible to the local community, and we're going to do it in a way that is, culturally relevant, in the right languages and everything else, to make sure people say, okay, this isn't them, this is now us. Okay, cool. Then I feel comfortable to show up.
I love that point, because in Puerto Rico, we have been dealing with an exodus. The people that could work or can work are going to the States, right? And we see this as an opportunity for both things, to be a culture connector event, and also to maybe stop that exodus, because the people that are in the working age, in the productive age, are leaving the island. So
and it's hugely important point. The demographics problem that not just Puerto Rico, but across the world is facing, like China and other places, they don't have a productive workforce, and they're not going to have a productive workforce as people continue to leave. And it's very interesting. A lot of times people get caught up in this, immigration problem. We don't want all these people coming over. But I think very shortly, in the probably next, handful of years, people are going to realize, oh, wait a minute, we have to incentivize people to come here, because there's just no way we can keep the population, the GDP and everything else going. And all of a sudden, there's going to be all the goods and services that we take for granted are just going to go away because there's just not enough people that want to work the jobs. So I'm excited about that revelation. I think it's really important. It really changes the narrative, brings it back to like a data focus, like what's the actual data show? What do we actually need to be a productive society in a way that we can live the life we want to live? And I often talk about sometimes it's like, you got all these high powered CEO level crypto people like, yeah, we're going to work, 80-hour weeks. And then you've got the kind of traditional stereotypic island life, like, we'll get to it eventually. It's the weekend. Let's go enjoy El Yunque and go to the beach. And I feel like there's this beautiful balance of like, the providing the level of professional expertise and service and excellence, raising that bar just a little bit for the local community so they can really provide great service and feel proud of the work they do. And at the same time, kind of bring back this like driven ridiculousness that like gets people to have heart attacks in there and they're working so hard that they're not like enjoying this paradise. And I think there's a beautiful balance where both communities can help each other tremendously. So, can you share like what is the website? Is the website up right now? You showed me some stuff on Monday, Tito, that I thought was amazing. What's the actual website?
Newmarketsexperience.com.
I'm sorry, New Markets
Experience.
New Markets Experience. I want to make sure I pull that up correctly here. New Markets Experience. Fantastic. All right, so I got it. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen as we're kind of talking about the event. Why don't you guys kind of, as I'm kind of showing this, the website again, that's newmarketsexperience.com. I'll put that in the description. Sure. And let us know about this. So kind of what was the genesis idea for like, why are we going to do this? And then kind of let us know a little bit more about what it is.
It's kind of funny. We've been working on the event about a year. And at first we wanted to do like a think tank and have Puerto Rican entrepreneurs talking to cryptocurrency guys about, their ideas, how they can, become involved in the community, but it got bigger. And then we started talking about making an event where we could not just have a sales deck for entrepreneurs, but to get the people to know the market, to know what is all about, what is happening on the crypto community, what is happening on the crypto markets and the blockchain, and how we could get involved. So on February of 2021, we decided to start making this strategy, this event, and started talking to people like you guys who can kind of help us to educate people. And we started talking in the Chamber of Commerce in Puerto Rico and other traditional entrepreneurs and other traditional businesses, and they thought that the crypto community was a subculture, right? And we started, arguing with them because we see this as a very organized community, but not everybody is having the opportunity to talk to the crypto community, to talk to the blockchain community. And then we decided to kind of blend different industries in the event. So that's why New Markets Experience is called New Markets, because we're merging the cannabis conversation, we're merging the clean energy conversation, the music business conversation with the crypto and the blockchain conversation, because it's a way to get more people interested, but with having the blockchain on the background of all of it, right? So we are kind of getting in a new phase, right? When we could merge existing businesses, existing industries in Puerto Rico with this emerging market that we call blockchain crypto community in Puerto Rico. And having, that type of dynamic will help us, get this community mainstream and have the people in Puerto Rico, the day-to-day people to get involved. So that's why we call it New Markets Experience. This have been evolving. Yesterday we had I think it was 30 NFT artists in the office that want to come to the event. They are Puerto Rican artists that has been developing NFTs and all that. So we're very excited because we didn't knew that there were Puerto Ricans doing something in the crypto community and the NFTs and all that. So it has been great for us, but we have identified that we need some kind of mentorship, that we need some kind of education for other people to come to the market. So it's been great. It has been a learning process for me specifically because I wasn't aware of what this was all about, right? And it has been great for me, a great experience. And we were talking to so many guys, from Puerto Rico, including people from Panama, Colombia, Argentina, that want to come here to show what they're doing there, right?
It's awesome. Great. Yeah, I'm already thinking about different people that are involved pretty heavily in the LATAM Bitcoin crypto community. That would be very interesting. Rodolfo runs the LATAM conference. I was able to go to El Salvador with Brock Pierce and a group of people, talking to them.
Great.
Also got to go to Honduras and Panama, a bunch of different people that are like countries that are really interested in this and excited about this, saying, hey, what can we do? How can we learn? And it's funny, I remember I was at a different events in different places. We actually went to St. Kitts and Nevis recently as well. And I'm sitting there going, why am I educating, these people and these prime ministers and all these other incredible people in government and local communities in these other countries when I'm not doing that just in my own neighborhood, in my own home, like here in Puerto Rico. So I'm very excited about these type of events. I'm excited to let my community know about them. I love that idea of this kind of new markets experience and the idea that, this is going to be very disruptive. Tito, as well, when I got involved in 2013, it's like I did a talk on how Bitcoin is going to be more disruptive than the internet. And it was just so incredibly disruptive to separate the money from the state and have a mechanism for people to own and control their own store of value and really kind of remove the levels of manipulation and fraud and all these different things that happen with when you basically money being shared storytelling. And when you disrupt the story itself and you get to control the story in a way that people don't even know what the measuring stick of value is anymore, and becomes really, really disruptive. And it displays itself in a lot of different unhealthy ways, as far as like jobs and different, pay raises that aren't happening and all these different things that are a result, not of necessarily a corrupt economic system as much as a corrupt financial system. The money itself, the tool for measuring value gets broken. And all of a sudden people are like, I can't even understand what I'm worth anymore. And you have people are controlling those strings that get to actually control the story of value. So very, very excited about this. One question I had is, what's your experience doing events of this size? Have you guys put on big conferences before, or is this all kind of a new thing?
No, we do marketing in Puerto Rico. We also do events in Puerto Rico for the government, for the private sector. So this is not our first rodeo.
Awesome.
Events, right?
Excellent.
But the thing is, our first rodeo doing something about economic development, about this industry, about this type of, of issues that we want to talk about and get out there, right? You were saying the importance of the people having control of their finances. And this is a big part of what we want to do and what we want to share with the people, because we know there are some inequalities at different levels, and we see the blockchain, the crypto market, as a very important tool to maybe to be a big equalizer, right? And we want to share that with people. And also the other thing that we are seeing is the people are very interested in learn how to code, how to work with Web3, so there's a big curiosity that has been growing on in our communities. And we want to spark that curiosity specifically on our youth, because we are very educated people. By square mile, Puerto Rico has a lot of bachelor degrees and all that in comparison with other states, right? But the thing is that in the academia, we are not seeing Web3 development. We are not seeing blockchain development. We are not seeing that. So there's a big opportunity to kind of get this this youth, this generation involved early in what is the development of the Web3 and all that. So it's a big opportunity for us, not just to share what the market is doing, but maybe project the future and how we could get involved the communities in that future. So we're very excited about it, and we see a lot of opportunities to not just to do networking, but to kind of get a root of this blockchain cryptocurrency culture in Puerto Rico and make it a connector for the Americas. Because the other thing that we see is that we could bring to the table, not just competing with the States or at the global economy, but we can be the connector to the Americas in this type of market, right? We could go talk to Colombia, talk to Argentina in their language, which is our language. We have
yes, absolutely,
English and Spanish, but we are an American market.
Yeah.
So we have that competitive opportunity that we want to share, and we want to, maybe tap that thing in the other countries at the Latin American level. And so we could get organized and then, go there and maybe share this experience and
that's fantastic.
Opportunities there.
One thing I noticed on the website is I didn't see a large section that is promoting like, hey, we're looking for sponsors. So what is your process for that? Most conferences, it's like, that's what they're all about. It's all about like, how many vendors can we get it? How many booths can we set up? How many sponsors? And if you're going to have 8,000 to 12,000 people, that's a massive crowd. Obviously vendors are going to want to have access to those attendees. And so is there a separate page or a separate document that describes the sponsorship packages? Because I do know a lot of different people that want to be involved in something like this and definitely would want to be a part of it.
Right now, you could go to the contact us part, and if you want to sponsor, there's a
there we go. I see a checkbox for sponsor. Okay, cool.
Yeah, there's a checkbox where you could, make that sponsor. We are developing another page for sponsorships.
Perfect.
Specifically where people can, go and then see the sponsorship packages and all that. So, but yes, we are talking, we have 50 people working here with us, calling a possible sponsor, possible, partners to be part of the event. But yes, also we want to reach out to anybody who wants to come to Puerto Rico, who want to sponsor and help us, reach out to our community and help us, make this market grow in Puerto Rico. It'll be great. You can contact us by the page. You can talk to Tito, to me, to all the team, to get a sense of what we are all about and what we want to achieve, right? The other thing is the proceeds, or part of the proceeds of the event, are going to help an NGO that we work with. It's called Community. So we do development in communities. We help low-income communities to get a safe housing, to get safe services, to get food in different communities in Puerto Rico. So it's huge for us because it's an opportunity to learn, to make networking, but to help the communities in Puerto Rico. So it's a big part of why we are doing this and why we want to help this event to become successful, because the successfulness of our event, it's going to translate in success for our communities.
I love that. It would be great to add that information to the ticket page too, so people know that this isn't, there's a bigger vision here than just, hey, let's have a great event, which is really important, but also a portion is going to help the community, which is fantastic. And I know a lot of my friends, they're kind of behind the scenes, give to a lot of different things, and they definitely want to help out the local community in Puerto Rico. And I just, again, I'm really excited that this is taking place. This, I think, is a kind of a vision or a dream that a lot of us have had that have moved here, have made this our home. We want to see more local excitement for what is offered here. I mean, just for the people watching this that may not be aware, there's an incredible, what we call a brain trust. And there's a lot of people here in Puerto Rico that have moved here to Puerto Rico, that have made this their home, and they really want to see the local community step up to recognize the value of the brain trust that we have here. There are cryptocurrency leaders that have made Puerto Rico their home, that are world renowned, that are kind of seeked out all over the world to give, talks and conferences, and their businesses are world renowned and well known, and they're hiring. And I just think that there's been kind of a little bit of a disconnect between the local Puerto Rico community and the kind of like expat crypto community. There's a lot of people that are in, for example, Dorado Beach resorts, or a lot of people in Condado or Ocean Park, or and Old San Juan, and there's kind of like a disconnect. And I see this as a premier event to help bridge that gap. We have the Puerto Rican Blockchain Association and Keiko that are doing a really good job of trying to bring people together. And there's others that have been working on this. I was just at Crypto Curious last night as an example, which is usually in Spanish. That was actually the first event they did in English, just in English. And so I think the potential synergy that can start with this, I'm really excited about. And I do see it as just the beginning, like just getting started to get these communities to talk to each other. Because I've actually talked to people who've been involved in certain projects, and some of their local friends are like, why are you connected with that community? Like, why are you connected with those crypto people? They're some people see us as colonializers, or some people see us as, these rich people that don't have a relationship to kind of what it's like for day-to-day people, or, there's always this disconnect.
I mean, there's a stigma that's going on.
Exactly. And there's like a lack of awareness and education to recognize a relationship, really. It's just,
we talked about this, right?
Yeah.
We talked about this, and for us, it was very important that that the event was run, it was promoted by,
absolutely,
right? By people that live in the island, because there has been a lot of misinformation, and you know how it is. The bad things caught fire, very, very fast. And the thing is that we want to share what is really happening. We have people that have been hired, by the crypto market in Puerto Rico, Puerto Ricans that has been hired for this market. So it's a great opportunity to kind of start, not like a blank canvas, right?
I love it.
And steer the conversation in a way that the people really understand what this is all about. This is not about gentrification. This is not about being a colonizer or not. This is about our community, opportunities for our community, and opportunities to become part of a big industry, of a big market, whether you call it blockchain, cryptocurrency, maybe Forex, whatever. There is a big opportunity for Puerto Rico as a whole. And we gotta, we gotta have that conversation. So
absolutely,
what we want to do is to have that conversation at a community-based level. We partnered with 756 community-based organizations that are going to be with us on the event, right? So it's a good way to people, to really get to know you guys and really get to know the industry, the opportunities that come with it. So for us, it's great, and it's a big way to steer the conversation in a positive way, and it's a good type of measuring tool of the benefits that we have for from the community being here in Puerto Rico and relocate themselves here in Puerto Rico. So it's a good measuring tool to the people and to get the awareness out of the positive things that you and your industry is bringing to Puerto Rico.
I love that. I mean, I want to highlight that again, over 700 different community organizations that you guys are directly connected to. And often you talk about, and in crypto and blockchain, there's like the layer 1, which is proof of work or delegated proof of stake or proof of stake. If you don't know what that means, don't worry about it. We'll talk about it in our talks at the conference. These consensus mechanisms where people come to an agreement about what is true. If you have your stored value, you send a token to someone else. But so that's a layer 1, and you might have heard of like Lightning Network or other layer 2 performance improvements, but there's also something called layer 0. And I think what you just mentioned is a key point. It's the number of human beings that actually believe what you're doing is valuable. And the layer 0 is the most important part of any crypto project, any community. How strong is that layer 0? And I agree with you. I think we have an incredible opportunity in Puerto Rico. Part of my talk will be about the law of diffusion of innovation and how you it always follows these bell curves of adoption. We've seen this with the internet, we've seen this with smartphone technology, and we're seeing it with Bitcoin. And that curve is so incredibly sharp. It's actually faster than the internet as far as adoption of Bitcoin and crypto. And basically in the next 3 to 5 years, we're gonna have 1 billion users using this. And we're seeing, just the other day, a country in Africa made it a legal tender, and again and again and again, all these countries are making a legal tender. As I mentioned, being able to go to El Salvador and these other countries. So I think that we're very early on. We're still at like around 3 to 4% of world adoption. We're not even close to where we're at. But once you hit that 8%, that tipping point, it's going to inevitably go to 100% adoption. It's the best.
Yes.
It's the best ledger ever invented, the best form of money ever invented. And so I think there's incredible opportunity here, and for Puerto Ricans to recognize there's this unique window of time, this unique moment in the next 3 to 5 years where they can be part of the leaders of the world when it comes to the largest, change and shift in economic wealth ever. You mentioned earlier this opportunity to deal with severe inequalities. And I always position that conversation in terms of equal opportunity. We can't decide how it's going to end up. Some people are going to work really hard and try to make a lot of money, and some people are going to enjoy their family and go to a weekend, go to the beach, and have a good life.
We can blame them.
Yeah, and some people be in the middle. But we want to make sure everyone has the opportunity to pursue it at whatever level they want. And I think that's what's so exciting about crypto.
Yes, it's what I was saying, the big equalizer. We want to have the opportunities for everybody,
Yeah.
and the ones who wants to take it, it's beautiful. The ones who don't, perfect, but you had the opportunity, and we gave it you. To you.
I love it. So Tito, I mean, how else can I help you? How can our community help you? Again, I'm going to put this video out there. I'm going to be promoting the website as it continues to evolve. As you guys get that vendor page up, I'll let people know they can contact you right now as well. What can we do to help you? And what else do you want to discuss on the conversation here to promote what you guys got going on?
One of the barriers that we have sometimes in the communities is about the speakers and, the sponsorship. Is we want people to come around and, we want big players like you. You are a big player for us. So we need more people to come around and spread the education and spread the information. So this is, for me and for us, is one of the barriers that we can communicate. Has been and struggling to communicate with companies and blockchain companies, the developers and anything like that has been a barrier, because you need to know this guy, and this guy know this guy, and this guy know this other guy, and this other guy knows this guy. It's like has been
difficult.
Yeah, I totally appreciate that. And I could think, even when I was hearing about this event, it was kind of like, what's going on? There's some kind of something. Who do I know that's involved? Like, and part of that process is exactly what we're doing now. Just having a great conversation, be able to connect as fellow advocates of the space. And my hope is that by recording this and sharing it with my friends, they'll have a sense of like, oh, okay, I get a feel for who those people are and what they're up to, what their passion is, where their heart is at. And I know that this is something that I can participate in and feel good about. And so I do plan on sharing this with a number of people, and hopefully getting some more conversations going. Like I said, just even mentioning this on Monday, immediately there were some people I were talking to. They're like, well, what's the website? Where do I go? How many boosts are we going to get? Like, they're already getting excited about the opportunity for, again, a Puerto Rican-led, Puerto Rican community-driven event focused on cryptocurrency and blockchain and NFT and all these opportunities, merge with existing, like you said, the cannabis markets and these other different markets that are growing and expanding. And at the same time, not some little event. We're talking the convention center. We're talking thousands of people, and all the organizations that you guys have. So I think
we have projects that
are there's a lot of
is the Sheraton, the District T-Mobile, and the upside in the mezzanines in the
convention center. We had to have three events that are secondary, auxiliary to the main event.
Fantastic.
And I mean, we want you guys there to to get a sense of our community, to maybe do networking, get to know each other better.
It'd be great. I mean,
it's great.
A lot of projects, they have all this technology and have all this incredible opportunity, but then they don't have like the community, that layer zero, the people. And then there's oftentimes a lot of people, and there's like, well, we don't know, who do we trust? Who do we talk to? Which projects are scams? Which projects are beneficial? Which projects are bringing value to the world? And how do we navigate that process? So I am really looking forward to this event. So I hear you loud and clear. We're going to work to get you sponsors. We're going to work to get you speakers. We're going to work to get you people that are excited to connect with your community.
We appreciate it. We appreciate it, Luke.
Awesome. Excellent. Anything else I can do to help you guys?
First of all, I mean, thank you. Thank you for your time. Thank you for the conversation. It has been great. And anything you could do to help us to reach out to companies, to other speakers, it'll be great. Because the thing is, we want to educate, spark curiosity, and we want the people to know you, to know the companies, to know the industry, to know the market, and with your help, I think we could achieve that goal.
experience.com. It's Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, August 19th, 20th, and 21st. Open for sponsors, open for speakers. Definitely reach out. You guys can see from the smiling faces here, this is a group of people that are excited about helping Puerto Ricans and this beautiful island paradise that we call home. So thank you again for your guys' time, and I hope you have a really awesome rest of your week.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Same to
Appreciate
you.
it, Luke.
All right, take care.